Hi everyone, how are you? So today is yoga, nice and relaxing. We're gonna stretch everything out and feel good. So I can't believe it's been like 6 weeks, everybody's home, right? Something like that. So first you're gonna roll your shoulders back and down, roll all the way up, bring those shoulders up and then down, up and down, and then roll it forward all the way up and down, all the way up and down. Perfect. So try to plant your feet like through like the middle part of your feet, and then just kind of sink into the middle part of your feet. Roll those shoulders back and down, relax, lengthen through the arms, lengthen through the legs, lengthen through the torso. Try to keep a nice space between the ears and the shoulders. And you can do little circles with your head, so not too deep. You don't have to go too far down, too far back, or too far to the side, but just gentle little circles, nice and slow, just to warm up the neck. And then other way, nice and slow, keeping the abs tight the whole time, always. You can even have like a slight bend in your knees if you need. Awesome. Now you're gonna choose one side to start. So try to think about you're straight up and you're just gonna go ear to shoulder, lengthening through the arms, and you're just gonna hold here. You can close your eyes if you want. You can put your hands in prayer position or leave them dangle. As long as you have, don't shrug your shoulders, just roll them back and down, and then just keep that head to the side, ear to shoulder. And then roll gently down, and then go to the other side. Whatever side you choose to start with, you should feel a really good stretch here on the side, on the opposite side of that neck. And then roll, go the other way again. And now you're gonna bring that opposite hand behind your lower back. Just kind of flat down on your lower back, and then try to bring that shoulder down and back so that the stretch kind of happens naturally with the weight of your head falling the other side like a chicken wing with the arm. And then roll, release the arm, and then go the other side. So you can either look down, you can look straight forward, and then bring that shoulder, the ear to the shoulder. Abs in, you can keep that slight bend in the knees if you need, and kind of like pull that shoulder down so you can accentuate the stretch here on your neck. I need one here bad. All day was stiff. I must have slept wrong or something. Perfect. Just one more time on each side. So bring the other hand behind your lower back. Drop that shoulder, that head down, ear to shoulder. Inhale big, and then exhale, relax. And then on the side, roll that head over to the other side, ear to shoulder. Perfect. Bring that head back up. Interlace your fingers, and you're gonna bring the arms all the way up. So I kind of wiggle my shoulder, and then just try to bring those biceps even behind your ears if you can. Rolling those shoulders back and down, and then just push those shoulder blades and shoulders behind the ears, opening up the chest at the same time, lengthening through the arms, keeping the shoulders away from the ears if you can. And then reach over one side, abs in, controlling the fold by holding your abs nice and tight. And then all the way back up. And go the other side. Perfect. Release the arms, release the fingers. Roll both arms And on the second circle, you're just gonna keep the arms out. So think about lengthening both arms, dropping those shoulders back and down again. Lengthen, 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 and you're gonna flex the hands up. So I actually feel it even through my hands. I feel it all the way through here. Make sure you're breathing. And then now bring it down. Flexing, that's gonna stretch the forearm. Try to keep the arms really straight out from the shoulders. Don't be too much forward. Don't be too far back. Like literally just basically the extension of your shoulders straight out to the side. Awesome. Now point the fingers up again. I see my cat's head peeking. Reach, reach, reach. Lift those fingers up. And then all the way down again. Curl. We're going to do this just one more time. So roll. Make sure you readjust those shoulders. Back and down. Flex. Fingers up. And lengthen. Like you're trying to go palms flat on the walls. And then just almost aiming with the bottom of the palm. And then you reach up with the fingers. And then curl it down again. Awesome. Walk a little forward on your mat if you were a little further like me. Inhale all the way up. And you're going to fold abs in, lengthening the spine all the way down. You can bend your knees right now. And then just kind of fall forward, grabbing your elbows. Abs in, just leave the weight of your head. Just kind of create that nice spinal stretch all the way down. Almost feel it all the way to the tailbone. And then gently roll yourself up. We're going to do this 2 more times. So inhale all the way up. Lengthen, dropping the shoulders down, lengthening through the arms. And then fold forward. Try to reach through the fingers way out to the side, like trying to touch both sides of the room. And keeping your knees bent, you roll yourself all the way up, 1 vertebrae at a time, abs in. 1 more, big inhale. And exhale, fold forward. Awesome. And from here all the way down. So hands down, come down onto your knees. We're gonna do this cat and cow thing. We're gonna open up our hips again. So kind of find yourself a nice comfortable position, hands right underneath the shoulders. And so first you're gonna inhale, arching your back gently. Inhale all the way up. So even if you're here, try not to stay here with your shoulders kind of stuck right underneath your ears. Lengthen. You don't even have to look up. You can actually just look forward and think about lengthening your spine versus creating a super deep arch. Inhale and then round. You're pressing through the hands and you're spreading those shoulder blades. Abs in. You're bringing that stomach in all the way. And again, arch, inhale. Think about arching the lower back a little bit by bringing the tailbone up, but lengthen the spine. Think about that. Lengthen the spine, keeping the neck in line with the spine, and try not to arch and look up. It's gonna, especially if you have a tight neck, it's gonna hurt it even more. Exhale, round. 2 more times. Inhale all the way up, kind of in a flowy motion. And exhale, round. Last time around. So when you're here, just really spread those shoulder blades away from each other, away from the spine. Inhale up, lengthen again. And perfect. Awesome. Come back to a neutral position. So your head is in line with the spine. And what you're going to do is you're going to bring your ear to the shoulder. So you're basically looking to one side. Lengthening the neck. And then on the exhale, come back to center. And then go the other way. here. So you're keeping the head in line with that spine, right? When you're in the middle, when you're in that neutral spine position, and you're just turning your head. You're not looking down, you're not looking up, you're not looking over your shoulder, you're just looking straight out to the side, ear to shoulder. One more time on each side, lengthening a little bit. Make sure you're breathing. Awesome. Now you're gonna turn curl your toes all the way under, and you're gonna press up and bring that tailbone to the ceiling. So at first, you may still have your hamstrings a little tight, so feel free to pedal, pressing that heel one heel at a time towards the mat. A few times, make sure you lengthen through the arms, keeping the shoulders away from the ears again. One more on each side. And you're gonna come back to plank first. You're gonna drop the knees, controlling. You're gonna bring one arm out. Let's do the right arm out to the side. And we're gonna thread the needle, bring it all the way under, and then kind of rest our head down. Feeling a good stretch. Inhale, reach a little further, and then release. Back to all fours, and then other arm. So lengthen through the left arm, and then thread the needle. Drop that shoulder down, drop the head down. Really stretch it out. Perfect. And then from here, keeping the knees, so 90-degree angle with the legs, and you're just gonna bring, little by little, you're gonna bring your hands further and further, and then gonna drop your chest. You may hear a few cracks. And just drop your forehead, or you can drop your chest all the way down, but try to keep the tailbone elevated towards the ceiling and keeping a 90-degree angle with those legs. So once you're nice and settled, you can either drop the forehead down or your shin and just close your eyes. Feel a really, really deep, good stretch on your shoulders. Inhale, and you can even walk a little further to where you can completely rest. And bring your hands gently, and we're gonna push back again all the way to down dog. All the way to down dog. Press, bringing those shoulders away from the ears, pressing through the fingertips as you lift that tailbone. Both heels on the mat if you can. Now you're gonna inhale and then engage your abs, and you're gonna come into a plank position. From here you can drop your knees down if you want, bending at the elbow, and we're just gonna do an up dog all the way up. So at first we're gonna do 2, keeping the legs down on the mat, thighs on the mat. Make sure, think about having your feet parallel and not having the toes facing towards each other. Just try to keep a nice straight legs, straight arms, lengthen. Here, same thing like earlier, try not to bring that head too far back. Try to keep it in line with the spine. And push it back to down dog, so nice and gentle. Think about bringing your chest to your thighs, lengthening through the arms, lengthening the legs. And then roll back to your plank. So here you can drop your knees, bend at the elbows, and just a gentle up dog, thighs on the mat, and then for the next two, we'll do full on up dog. All the way, curl your toes under, press all the way back to down dog. Lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. Every time you bring that tailbone a little higher, you bring those heels towards the mat a little closer. Engage your abs, roll all the way to the front. Bend at the elbows, so try to stay here, not touching the mat with your thighs. Come down, curl your toes, and come up to up dog. If you need to keep the thighs down, feel free. Curl your toes under, all the way down dog. And roll back to the center. Elbows down, bending. Chaturanga. And all the way to up dog. Awesome. Curl your toes under. Settle into your down dog. Feel really, really, really good. Bring that right leg up to the ceiling. So lengthen first. Try to keep the left heel into your mat. Pointing the toe, you're gonna flex the foot and bend that knee. So think about just settling there. And you can even do little circles, circling those hips. Circling, opening up those hips. Awesome. And then bring it all the way to the front and then open it up to the side, like in between your left hand and your left leg. And then just open up. Open, open, open. Bring that hand down. Back to down dog, lengthening. And other side. So lengthen first. Try to reach that right heel into the mat. Flex that left foot. Bending the knee. Leaving that foot dangle towards the other side. And then circle. Circle that knee. Opening up that left hip. Try not to sink into your shoulders too much. Try to keep this safe space between the shoulders and the ears. Perfect. And bring that knee in to a plank. And then bring that foot through and open up. You don't have to stay here long. Just push it all the way back to down dog. And bring that right leg all the way up again, lengthening, and you're gonna swing it all the way to the very front. So first you're gonna drop the knee, left knee, and readjust. So roll those shoulders back and down, pressing through the heel, knee over the ankle, as always, squared hips. Inhale, and you're just gonna sink down. Really feel a really nice stretch on that hip flexors. Inhale, engage those abs, and now you're gonna press back, flexing that front foot, and you're really reaching those hips back so that you have a really good stretch on that hamstring. We're gonna go forward 2 times with the foot, so lean forward into your low lunge again. And then shift all the way back, and now on the next one, come back to your low lunge. Inhale, and then when you lean back again, flexing that foot, you're gonna turn it in a little bit. Feeling a really good stretch on the outside of the calf. And leaning forward again. And exhale, turn it in. Awesome. And back. So first with the toes up, straight up, really reach back with the hips, feeling a really good stretch on that hamstring. And now you're gonna turn it on the outside. And forward. And back. Awesome. We're gonna go backwards again with the toes straight up. Forward, kind of like a flowy motion. Perfect. Bring that hand down, bring that right foot back. You're again in plank. You're gonna press it back all the way to down dog. And same thing on the other side. So left leg up, straight up lengthening. Swing it all the way to the front. Drop the right knee down. Think about keeping the torso up as you sink down. You're not like, crouching and then resting your belly on your thigh. Try to keep the abs engaged. And then just think about pressing through the heel, keeping the knee right over. And then think about more pushing your hips forward versus collapsing down. Feeling really good stretch here. Make sure your back foot is not up on the toes, but relaxed on the top of the foot. And then reach back, so flexing. So you may have a leg that's a little tighter than the other. Try to keep, when you lean back, try to keep the hips squaring with your hips, with your shoulders. And go forward again. Inhale. And then exhale back, straight up with the toes, and back down. So try to keep your abs engaged even while you're doing this. And shift your weight back again. So first go straight up with the toes, and now turn inwardly. Release, come forward, stretch those hips. Back. So shift all the way back as far as you can go before you turn that foot. And forward. And back. So straight up with the toes first and then turn outward. Go forward. And go back 2 more times. Straight up. Go forward, stretch those hips. And bring it back all the way. Lean forward, curve your toes under and back, and then push back to down dog. All the way, all the way. So lengthen here, try to bring, you should be getting a little bit warmer. You should be able to loosen up the upper body, bringing the heels down to the mat. Don't forget to bring the tailbone to the ceiling. Bend your knees, get some length in the spine as your knees are bent. And then step it all the way forward. Inhaling to your flat back. Pushing your butt back, lengthening through the legs. Fold forward. And inhale all the way up. And fold. Inhaling to your flat back. And fold all the way forward. Step back or jump back if you want. Chaturanga down. Shoulders away from the ears. Up dog. And push it all the way to down dog. 2 more times. So lengthen through the arms. We're going to take it slow so that we're going through all the full range of motion, as much length as you can get. Bend your knees and step all the way forward. Inhaling to your flat back. Fold all the way forward. Get a good stretch on those legs. The head is heavy, pulling down, stretching that upper back. Swan dive the arms all the way up. Inhale and fold. Inhale into your flat back. Bring your hands down and hands underneath the shoulders. Bend at the elbows and up dog. And push all the way to down dog, lengthening, relaxing those shoulders, press through the fingertips, try to keep the head in line with the spine, tailbone up, mini arch in the lower back, and bend your knees, step all the way forward. We have one more like that. Inhale into your flat back, and fold all the way forward. Inhale all the way up. Long back, long spine, fold forward. Inhale into your flat back, lengthen legs and spine, reaching the crown of your head to the front of the room, and fold all the way forward. Step it back, hands underneath the shoulders, bending at the elbows, all the way to up dog. Push all the way to down dog, lengthen. Drop down to your knees, spread your knees a little bit, and bring your forehead down. So it's gonna be at first like a child's pose. Get a nice breath, relax. And try to bring the arms all the way by your feet. Just relaxing. You can even grab your heels. Just relax. And bring your hands forward. Forward, but comfortable enough to where you don't feel any strain on your shoulders. Forehead down, and then kind of walk your hands almost like touching each other, thumb to thumb, so that your elbows are right framing your head, really pretty close. And then bring the palms together, and then bring it all the way back. Just relax. Try to keep the palm of your hand touching. Release the hands down. Curl your toes all the way under, and you're gonna bring that right leg all the way up to the ceiling. Lengthen and swing it all the way to the front. So get stable here, abs in. First, you can bring those hands right on in front of your knee. Really good stretch here on that hip flexor. Again, arms all the way up. And open up to warrior two. So when you're in your warrior two, try to have those hips right in the middle, right? Like your weight is not more on the front or on the back, you're right in the middle. Lengthen through the arms. Lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. Right angle, so you can bring the hand down. You can look ahead, or you can look down, anchoring that shoulder into the leg, and then just open up. Bring the arm over, big reach overhead. As you do this, if you keep looking down, you're actually going to be able to kind of sink that hip down. For some reason, sometimes it's too much stress to look up and have that neck completely twisted towards the ceiling. So if you can relax the neck, relax your shoulders, then you can kind of sink down a little bit more with that hip. Perfect. Bring that hand all the way on the lower back, and then try to open up the shoulders, opening up your chest. You can still look down and just kind of pull that shoulder back. Awesome. Release. Just bring both hands on each side of that right foot. Push it back. You're in plank now. Chaturanga down, bending at the elbows. All the way up. And exhale all the way backwards. All the way to down dog. Pressing those heels down. If you can, try to keep your feet parallel. Try not to have your toes pointing towards each other, or the heels pointing towards each other. Just try to look at your feet and see if they're parallel. Tailbone up. Bend your knees and bring that right leg all the way forward. So you can drop the knee, or you can stay here all the way up. And arms up, inhale. Lengthen, try to drop the shoulders. And twist it. So bring your hands into prayer. Roll the shoulders back and down. And twisted prayer. With the leg up if you can. That would be lovely. You can keep the hands in prayer position, or you can open up. You can drop the hand down and then bring the other arm up, opening up, kind of stacking the shoulder blades. And release. So now you're gonna bring the back leg a little closer. So just a few, like maybe a half foot or a few inches, a whole foot, 2 feet, whatever makes you feel comfortable, to where you can balance kind of like with both feet, toes facing forward, like both feet facing forward, toes forward. Inhale all the way up, so squaring those hips again, quads engaged so that you protect your knees. Roll those shoulders back and down. Inhale and then lean forward. So lean forward kind of like halfway, to where you're pushing your hips back. You're leaning forward, you're starting to feel a good stretch on that hamstring, but you're not all in just yet. So big inhale here. And then exhale, try to go a little further. Inhale again. And then fold. You can stay here, so drop, like if it's your right leg forward, have your left hand in front of it, and then open up. So again, if you have a tight neck, like me today, don't look up, you can just look straight ahead. Just think about bringing your chest to your thigh, gently in control, and then open up the arm, opening up that chest. Make sure you're breathing, try not to hold your breath. You can use a block too if you want. You can have your palm flat down, or you could be on your knuckles. Whatever feels good to you. Awesome. Bend that front leg. Gently go back to plank. Chaturanga down, bending at the elbows. Up dog. Lengthen. And push it all the way back to down dog. Lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. Bend your knees. And step that right leg forward again. Coming to your warrior two. All the way to warrior two. Pressing through that front heel. Create a 90-degree angle with that front leg, lengthening through the arms. And reverse warrior. So sink low as you reach up. Get a good stretch. And come back to warrior two, and you're gonna bring those feet forward. So you can actually shorten your stand here a little bit. Abs in, try to tuck the pelvic forward, abs in, you're nice and strong and stable. Inhale, so you can put your hands on your hips at this point if you want. Roll those shoulders back and down. Inhale, lengthen your spine. And then exhale, try to come down into your flat back. Try to keep a nice length in your neck, like length, the neck and spine all in one line. So again, like earlier, press through the middle part of your feet so that you have a nice strong base, strong foundation. Inhale up and then fold a little bit more. You can drop the hands, grab your elbows, and we're gonna flow here a little bit. So you're gonna bend your knees and then you're gonna roll yourself all the way up. Give those legs a little rest. Perfect. Now inhale all the way up, lengthen, and then fold forward like you would do in a regular vinyasa. Go all the way down, all the way to where you can grab your ankles and relax the head. Always make sure you relax that neck. You can sway your head side to side, front and back. Bend your knees again and then roll up. We're gonna do this one just one more time. Then we're gonna stretch our shoulders in this position. So inhale all the way up. Fold forward. You may realize that you're actually going a little deeper every single time. Abs in to create some space. All the way. Bend your knees and roll up. And now you're gonna grab your hands all the way back. Interlace your fingers. Inhale up, so squeeze your quads as you go down because you want to protect those knees, those feet, those facing forward. Inhale up. And then fold gently, so keeping the arms on your lower back or your tailbone. And as you go down, you're gonna just drop those arms over your head, opening up, giving yourself a really good stretch on those shoulders. You can keep a slight bend in your knees if it's a little too much on your hamstrings. Bring your hands back on your tailbone or your lower back and then bring yourself up gently. And again, so lengthen, inhale up, almost like a mini arch back. And then exhale, you can bend your knees slightly, but as long as you go with your flat back. And then drop the shoulders, hands overhead. Make sure you're breathing. Release the hands. Put your hands right on your hips. Bend your knees and then roll yourself all the way up. Awesome. Step it all the way forward. We're gonna do the other side with the warriors. And fold forward. Inhale into your flat back. You're gonna step back, chaturanga down, bending at the elbows. And up dog. Press it all the way to down dog. Left leg straight up to the ceiling, lengthening. Pointing that toe, go as far up as you can go, swing it all the way to the front. Come up to your high lunge first. So you can drop the knee down if you need. Roll those shoulders back and down, hands on your thigh. Get nice and stable so both feet are facing forward. Inhale all the way up. Try to bring those biceps right by your ears. And open up to your warrior two. So that back foot now is kind of like in a slight angle. The front one is still facing straight forward. The knee, create a 90-degree angle with that front leg. And tilt it over. So you can keep that hand, the elbow on the thigh or right in front of the knee. Or you can bring that hand all the way down. Open up, you can look down. Or you can look straight ahead. As long as you feel a good opening in your chest. Hand up to the ceiling first and then reach over your head. Big reach. Lengthening through the arms. Create a straight line with your body. From your wrist all the way up to the opposite ankle. And release both hands down on each side of your foot. Bring it back. Chaturanga down. Up dog. And curl your toes all the way to down dog. Left leg up. Again, lengthening. Swing it all the way to the front again. So you're going to start in your warrior one. So you can drop the knee here if you want. I'm going to modify for this one so that I can show you. Inhale up. So you sink down those hips. Big, big, big stretch. And you can twist. So bring hands in prayer position. So lengthen the torso. Shoulders down. Hands in a prayer position. And you can twist. So I actually find it harder because I feel like I'm more over my knee when I'm up high. So hands in prayers. And twist. Anchor that elbow on the outside of that leg, outside of the knee, and you can spread open your hands. Try to sink that hip down low towards the mat, lengthening. And hands down, release. And chaturanga down, up dog, and turn your toes under all the way to down dog. Bring that left leg all the way to the ceiling, and swing it all the way to the front. So we're gonna go back to our pyramid stretch. So think about, it's very easy to keep it open. Try to bring, so you can actually spread your legs a little bit wider, the stand, but make sure you bring those hips in line with the shoulders straight forward towards the screen, whatever you're looking at. If you're looking at yourself in the mirror, just look at yourself in the mirror. Straight, opening up. Engage that quad. Inhale and then go. So you're hinging forward, pushing your butt back, and you're hinging. Like the front leg doesn't bend, and then the top is just like a straight, like you have a broom on your spine, and you can't arch, you can't round, you have a straight spine. So it doesn't matter how far you go, if you're here and feeling a good stretch, then that's great. And then one more big inhale. And then exhale. All the way forward. If you need blocks, or you can actually even grab little dumbbells and hold. You know, like it gives you a little height, it gives you a little support. And bend that leg. Step it all the way back, bending at the elbows. Chaturanga up. So if you want to keep the thighs down on the mat, feel free. Push it all the way to down dog. And step it forward with the left leg. And come up. All the way up. So you're going to face. We're going to do the same thing on the other side again. Hands on your hips. Roll those shoulders back and down. So if you need to narrow the stand, feel free. but at least definitely wider than shoulders width apart. Inhale and then exhale. Go forward. If you need to put your hands on your thighs, if you feel the need, then do that. Try to lengthen the spine and go as far as you can go with your flat back and feeling a really good stretch on those legs. So think about pushing your butt back and then reaching with the crown of your head to the front of the room. Inhale and then exhale, fold. So just like once you're down, you can actually round your back and then just relax. Relax the neck, grab the elbows. You can even sway side to side, whatever you feel like doing. This is supposed to be relaxing, and if you feel too much strain on your legs, then you can bend your knees slightly and then just kind of relax there, face down. And roll yourself up. And inhale all the way up. Grab some positive energy and bring it down and then fold again. So start with your flat back and then kind of collapse down and relax. And bend your knees and roll up, and we're going to stretch our shoulders one more time, and then we're going to get down onto the mat, flat on our backs. So interlace your hands and fold. So flat back first, and once you're halfway down, just aim your forehead towards the mat, and then relax the hands and just let them drop over your head. Bend your knees, drop your hands on your lower back, and then roll up. Just one more time. Inhale up. And grab your hands on the back. Lean forward. And drop the hands overhead. Hands on your lower back or tailbone. And roll all the way up. Perfect. Inhale all the way up. And gently you can come all the way down. And so I have a belt, and you can use a towel actually. Oops. But right now we're just gonna bring ourselves down, knees towards our chest, and just kind of relax here. You can even roll your ankles, whatever feels good. And we're gonna stretch our legs again. So you're gonna bring either your towel or your belt, drop one foot down, flex that foot, inhale, and then exhale. You're gonna bring that leg towards you. Try to keep that tailbone nicely anchored into the mat. Try not to lift that hip off the mat. It makes sense, but sometimes actually I've seen that done, so I'm just cautious. Inhale, and then on the exhale, bring that foot in. And relax it a little bit and open it up to the side. So all the way up. So you can really grab anything like a towel or a t-shirt or even the resistance bands if you have. Try to keep that foot flexed and have a really good stretch. And bring it back up. Now you're gonna release that other leg, flat down, and you're gonna go to the other side. So if it's here that you're feeling a really good stretch on the other side, then stay there. You don't really have to go any deeper, but you can if you want. So you could just, every time you inhale and exhale, you may
find that you're creating some space and going a little further. And all the way back up. Switch legs. So first we're gonna go straight. So flex the foot before you stretch. So that leg is kind of just there, like in balance in your belt or your shirt or your towel. Inhale and then go a little, bring it as high as you can to where you can keep it straight. Flexing the foot. Now inhale, and on the exhale, bring it just a little bit closer. Inhale, release a little bit, and then on the exhale, just drop it out to the side. Keeping the foot flexed. And inhale all the way up. Drop that opposite leg, and then bring this one over. Ooh, I feel it on this leg. And bring it back up. Bend your knee to release the towel or the belt. Perfect. And roll yourself all the way up. We're gonna stretch our hips a little bit, so cross-legged. Inhale and then fold forward. Just walk your fingers. Inhale and exhale. Just a few breaths here until you release the tension. You want to feel the stretch, but you don't want to come out of the stretch before you have at least tempted to relax into it, if it makes sense. And then bring your hands back. Legs crossed the other way. Inhale all the way up. And fold. Inhale all the way up. And exhale, fold. Perfect. Bring your hands onto your knees. Just relax. You can close your eyes. Roll those shoulders back and down. You can keep the palms up and gather all that good energy. 3 big deep breaths. So inhale through the belly and then exhale through the belly. Through the nose, I mean, but sinking, bringing your belly in as you exhale. One more time. Inhale, both hands up, lengthen, and bring your hands to your heart center and just bow down to yourself. Thanking yourself for doing this for your body. Reach over with one hand, reach over with the other. Try to relax. You can even do this one before bed again. Throughout the week. Inhale up and then exhale back. And you're done for the day. Thank you so much for coming. Enjoy your day, your afternoon, whenever you chose to do this. And I will see you soon for Payo. Bye.